Greetings, everybody. I just want to not touch on too many worldly issues. It's rather feely touchy and it's subjective to a type of personal mentality of each unique soul. And so I did see a video pertaining to preferences. Now, that's why, because preferences and experiences and maturity, discernment, looking at red flags, being mature, being seasoned, having a know-how, like to know when and how, when to proceed, when not to proceed, when to yield, when to tippy toe, when to go easy, when to reach out for help, when to put discernment utilizing a sound mind, meaning a mind that reasons only rightly when it comes to discernment and making decisions that aren't selfish. Now, preferences are very subjected to your upbringing, what you want for your own life that no one else can dictate for you, what you prefer as far as your choices, as long as it's basically healthy and not imposing on another to infringe on their well-beingness, or vice versa, them not to infringe on your own well-beingness. Well, that's why we are right now here as hierarchy governance, to not have you all killed. Don't shoot the messenger. That's where that saying comes from. Whereas, the messages during judgment back in Jesus's time were a protection, basically, that he said, I didn't come to change the law. I basically changed, myself being born down here to rub shoulders with you all to get educated to that degree. And in that happening, in my studying spiritual knowledge that I was prepared to do in order to grow here on earth, rubbing shoulders in a protected way with society back at that time, was all preparation. So don't shoot the messenger. When he became well groomed and prepared to face the public of back in those times, the saying, don't shoot the messenger, because everybody is used to how they've been doing things. And he said, I didn't came to change the law. I came to enhance it, or to put into divine order with you all's agreement that you can't refuse, because God says, touch not my anointed, and when you see that son, you see the Father. So all these means of us contacting everybody and letting everybody be aware that God only speaks as the president is not going to come, to your neighborhood in the hood and rub shoulders with everybody, just like anybody that's of any stature in the industry. They have family, yes, that may not be as wealthy, that they'll visit, with a lot of security. And it's a certain type of proper etiquette when you are a celebrity, and you have money like that, that you wouldn't just rub shoulders with any old body because of how very important you are. That's the difference between me and everybody. I'm still very much, low-key and high-key, a celebrity for God. There's a difference. So the respect for the Creator, in God we trust, the omniscience that's omnipotent, the all-knowledgeable, all-powerful Creator that brought us into existence. What I speak on touches everybody's mind, heart, spirit, and soul. So that's the message of how powerful unconditional love is. When you hear my testimony, energy doesn't lie. It can't lie. It does not lie at all. So we all have the gift of empathy, that when someone speaks and you see the reality of them pouring emphatically with their heart and soul and meaningful, and you got to know, no, that person's not lying. That person's consistent. The signs of the time is that everybody now is doing a similar thing of, their testimony, giving advice. All of us on the collective wave of upliftment, ascension. That's the lingo now. That's the wave we're on right now. As far as Ocean, one of the deities, Oshun, is a nature being. Yep. And so we have to put into perspective, we are adults and we have to be emotionally intelligent, that whatever decisions we make now, short-tempered, we have to think thoroughly through. And that gives us a sound mind to have a greater sense in a picture that if I'm hot-headed right now, male or female or male, and whatever the relationship is, I gotta actually use a type of deep thinking that if I do anything crassly or harshly, abruptly, and I don't think of the bigger picture, that my decision based on my emotional state right now can affect me and tons of lives. Therefore, I'm going to address, it's not a black or white thing again. We're not here to judge skin suits, skin colors. We have our preferences, okay, but we cannot keep the lingo going about hurt and pain. And whoever you relate to, it's not subjected so much to skin color, because we have mixed and we're all mutts. We're mixed in, unless you're of a native culture that doesn't do that, that are still living today and still pure with their, tribe. Other than that, in the regular world of society, not so sheltered in a culture that is practiced from generation to generation, then you can't say you're 100%. You can't say you're 100% pure. So we have to actually put it all into perspective. It's not as cut and dry as trying to gain some sort of a clout chasing, that we're still loyal to our race. Okay, we're all children of God. Whatever, again, your preference, because I saw a video, somebody was talking about, well, my mother's a black woman and I'm black, but my mother's half white. My mother's half white. It's not so much my race, it's more so your heart and how you are as a person and who you are as a person. Like the example from Dr. Malachi Z.K. York, His Excellency, El, as in Elohim, and El Elo, that means Allah, El Aliyu, that means God. Anunnaki means these beings, these supreme beings, hierarchy. And so, if the example is, if you are in the ocean and there's lifeguards there and you have this stance of, whites versus blacks, we understand that under those circumstances of being harsh, the preference is please save my life. So we're not going to keep saying in relationships, as far as marriages are concerned, whoever you love, whoever you click with. It's more of a personal preference that we should not publicly express this black and white distinction. Let's get over it. Let's get past it. Whoever you are as a person, it doesn't mean because of the past of what we experienced, we need to continue that in the future. This is ascension. We have to heal. So we have to cut out that old paradigm way of thinking for still mooching shoulders with our souls, honing in on, well, my preference is because my mother was black, I want a black woman. Okay, I mean, that's you. But some black guys love Caucasian women, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's what I'm saying. We got to get over this hang up about blacks and whites. It's not how life should be. It limits us. That if your soulmate was in a white skin and it was a male or female, vice versa, if that's what you love, because nowadays whoever you choose to love is who you choose to love. That's your own personal preference of whether or not that person does it for you. So you can't generalistically, well, my mother's a black woman, so I prefer a black woman. Okay, that's you. You understand what I'm saying? We're mutts. That's what I'm saying. It's not about your skin color. It's who you choose to love. Who makes it, pop for you. Who does it for you. That person could be a beautiful soul, and you missed out on your blessing of whoever they are because you wanted to have a limited mentality that they had white or black skin. Let's get over that, people. Please be more emotionally intelligent. It has nothing to do with your skin. Whoever still thrives on that mental wave of prejudice, put it to bed. Get rid of it. Just let it die out. Stop. God does not want his children of all colors of the rainbow to start fighting each other based on my preference is my personal thing, whether it's an issue or not. It becomes an issue when we don't learn to forgive and become unconditionally loving, to move past whatever we experience. Let it go. Hang up the phone. Love is love. That's it. Find your soulmate with whatever skin suit or whatever complexion, black, blue, black, light skin, mulatto, Indian, Chinese, Hawaiian, full white. It doesn't matter. I love you for you, no matter if you are elder, young, within reason, that you're not too young, and I'm not going to waste my time just wanting to have a fling thing. You understand what I'm saying? We got to get over these hang-ups. Please, I hope you all, as adults, that we can only give you advice, and it's sound advice that makes total, truthful sense with mature adults to become more emotionally intelligent. We have to put these issues aside and move past it, as the Creator is ushering me that I didn't want to touch on certain things. That's why I'm so generalistic. I'm not trying to move the crowd of, the earthlings of our family down here. Respectfully, I'm an earthling too. I'm trying to throw shade at you all, but the maturity level is it's respectfully garbage. It's old now. It's tired. It's played out. Let's move past it. Love is the medicine. Love is the remedy. Love is the cure. And unconditionally love. Just love with discernment and truth. That has to be true love. I'm not going to be here on earth eternally with fakers that don't have healing in their mind first to be able to authentically love. That's the message. We love you all. And it comes across as tough and it's harsh, but we're tired of the rhetoric of infighting amongst us. God does not want that any longer. So we have to let it go. Love who you love and make sure it's true, because no one wants to be played with or toyed with. We have enough hurt and pain that we need to heal. That's my message to anything going on in the world. Let's start to forgive and come and call a truce. Find a means to save lives, please. The betterment or the betterment of society in all places on earth, is to have a meeting and call a truce, and let's come to an agreement that we stick to. And that's that. We love you.